My name is Anifat Sadu. I am the first of five children. I'm a public speaker, I'm an author, disability right advocate. Yeah, that's me. It all began when I was 3 years. My parents, I developed malaria, so my parents took me to the hospital and to get the necessary treatment, and they brought me back home. After some days, my mom started noticing some strange symptoms in my body, like movement coordination. I was bending to the right. I could no longer hold my pen, my spoon like I used to before, and so they got very worried. It got to a point where I was just on the floor. I couldn't, move on my own. So they went back to the hospital and to complain. So so my parents believed that it is the injection. So when they went back to the hospital, they discovered that the nurse that gave me the injection had left. She had stopped working there. So which increased their suspicion, like, okay, it's definitely the injection. So but growing up, more experienced physiotherapists noticed that the symptoms I was exhibiting was similar to a condition called cerebral palsy. Cerebral palsy is the damage of the brain that controls the muscle movements. It can happen before, during, or after birth. So when people ask me, I just say it's cerebral palsy, even if my parents don't believe that it's cerebral palsy. So life has been tough, life has been interesting. I remember during my primary school education, I went through bullying, societal injustice. My peers will come and be like, "Oh, that girl with the hunchback," because I usually wear a brace, a plastic brace that always show at the back of my school uniform, and it was really tough because it was plastic, and especially during the hot weather, I'm always in discomfort. And there was a time, primary 2 and 3, I couldn't attend school because of the enormous amount of pain, discomfort I constantly felt. So I was asked to stay at home for some time. So like that, so it's when I was younger, it was off and on. Like sometimes I'll just get relapses that will require me to stay at home, and sometimes I'll be better. I'll walk away for some minutes, and everything will just, get scattered back. So, so school has been tough. School was tough. My parents had to employ multiple lesson teachers. People usually say that, yeah, I said it before, that cerebral palsy is not an intellectual challenge, where I really had challenges coping with school, learning, assimilating things. So hence the multiple lesson teachers that I had. So that's how life has been till I graduated to secondary school. I finished from secondary school, went to university where I was admitted for physiotherapy. I developed interest for physiotherapy while watching my physiotherapist come treat me at home. I'm like, oh, I can do this course, let me just go for it. So unfortunately, by the time I got to 200 level, they told me I can't continue because of my health challenge. I was devastated, so I had to go to microbiology, and I finished within 4 years. I finished at age 19, and I finished NYSC at age 20. So I'm now working as an administrative assistant with the Let's CP Kids Learn Foundation. That is Let Cerebral Palsy Kids Learn Foundation. I have passion for the inclusion sector, including children and people living with disabilities into the society, and just making them thrive regardless of the challenge. So life has been interesting, and By this time next year, my book should be out. I'm working on my book about my life story, and it should be out. And anticipate.